So let's begin by adopting a stable, comfortable, upright position serviceable for meditation. So think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap right over left with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure we let in enough light to remain alert. And try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning, but we also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position. And we begin to let go of any view of holding, of attending to the outside world, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are without investigation, constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. And we begin to concentrate that awareness by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air moving into and back out of the tip of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and without judgment or frustration, lifting our awareness up from those distractions and placing it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And we generate a broad and altruistic motivation, thinking of using this time to intentionally cultivate positive, constructive states of mind, those states of mind that allow oneself to remain connected to a sense of peace and ease and easily give rise to actions that benefit others, wanting to reduce and ultimately eliminate states of mind that agitate and disturb one's own peace and ease, and very often motivate actions that cause harm to others. Wanting to engage in this process of genuine inner transformation in order to be of greater and greater benefit to sentient beings over time. And then with that motivation, we will begin contemplating giving rise to bodhicitta, the wish to achieve one's own enlightenment in order to be able to lead all other sentient beings into enlightenment. Begin contemplating that using the method of equalizing and exchanging self-cherishing for other cherishing. Probably will take at least 2 sessions to complete. But we begin by reviewing our understanding of equanimity. Equanimity is the most proximal cause of bodhicitta. Our mind at present very easily sorts sentient beings into friend, enemy, and stranger. Those that benefit us are our friends. Those who work against our interests are our enemies. And those that have neither had an opportunity to benefit or harm are strangers, are quite likely to benefit our friends, not so likely to benefit strangers, and generally quite unlikely to benefit those that we feel are averse to our interests. So bring to mind a representative of these 3 groups, someone you're close to, neutral to, and a bit hostile to. And recognize that your reaction is just your own individual attitude, the result of one's own overriding need to always have things go the way that one wants, to always feel supported, to have others be in agreement. From their side, these are three equal, suffering sentient beings who deeply wish to be happy and to be free of suffering. So contemplate how superficial is one's own attitude, and how it has nothing to do with their status as a suffering sentient being. And if you can, in some way, see through that attitude and give rise to a feeling of equal regard, then hold your mind there, resting your mind in the realization that all sentient beings are equally deserving of being happy and being free of suffering. And the next step is to understand the kindness of all sentient beings and develop the wish, the aspiration to repay that kindness. So we think that everything useful and beneficial in our lives, every possession, every convenience, everything that supports and protects our life, our food and shelter and clothing, our clean water, the stability and benefit of our society. It's through the collective effort of others. And merely the fact that we benefit means that those actions, that effort is a kindness. Even all of our own good qualities have come from being able to generate positive minds toward others. Sentient beings have served as the field of our ethics, our generosity. Responding to difficult situations and people with kindness and patience is what generates those good qualities in our own mind. So even those who seem like enemies are incredibly kind, allowing for our own development. So, on your own, give rise to a number of examples of this kindness. And then recognize how we must not ignore that kindness. We must give rise to the wish to repay it. And the best way to make good on that aspiration is to bring every sentient being to a state beyond suffering, a state of perfect happiness. To try to stabilize that aspiration. And then the next step is to equalize self cherishing with cherishing others. So, normally, when one thinks of oneself, one's own desires, interests, goals, they have incredible weight, incredible importance. And when one thinks of others, their goals, their aspirations, their desires, has much less importance. This is the lens of self cherishing through which we observe the world. What is true is that just like oneself, every sentient being deeply wishes to be happy and deeply wishes to be free of suffering. And no sentient being has any claim that's greater than any other in being able to accomplish that goal. So contemplate again and again how that is a valid way of seeing the world until you can give rise to a feeling that with this step we are going beyond the previous equanimity that was focused on friend, enemy, and stranger. Now we're relating it to oneself, not just those who benefit, those who harm, and those who neither benefit nor harm, but relating it to the primacy of the self and overcoming that. So contemplate that equality with oneself again and again, and try to balance the unbalanced view of self cherishing. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. and will dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has created positive energy in the mind. Think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings, without exception. Thinking may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment in order to work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. May I and all sentient beings in this moment come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.